So y'all, yeah, so I've been looking at the scripture, right? Psalms 91. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadows of the Almighty. And I've been researching it and just like I said, doing the esoteric, you know, hermeneutical interpretation, which just simply means going beyond the exoteric, going beyond the symbols and the images, which are words, going beyond the words and what the words really mean in the esoteric sense. And when you look at Psalms 91, it's a powerful Psalms. First of all, it's 911, so it's the Psalms of emergency when you're in trouble, right? It's 91 verse 1. Psalms 91 verse 1. That's 911. That's not a coincidence, right? So that psalm is, and particularly speaking, that verse, he that dwelleth in a secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadows of the Almighty. That specific, I want to break that verse down. He that dwelleth. The word dwells means to take up residence in a place, in a location or an area, geographically speaking, right? So your dwelling would be your address. So your dwelling, like I dwell in Long Island, that's my address. I dwell in Brooklyn, that's my address. I dwell in Queens, that's my address. I have a house in Queens, I have a house in New Jersey, whatever, right? Your residence. So he that dwelleth can be translated he that lives, he that resides in the secret place. Now, what is the secret place? That's the, again, esoterically, secret place can be translated your mind or your subconscious mind. Secret place is your mind. Why is that your esoteric mind? Is because right now, if I'm looking at you and I'm not speaking to you, I don't know what you're thinking. I could guess based off your body language and your facial expressions, but I will never know what's truly in your heart, which means your subconscious thinking, your mind, right? Nobody really can tell what's on someone's mind. Again, we can play guessing games and form hypothesis and guesstimates and speculate, but no one. So the secret place, when it says he that dwelleth, he that lives in the secret place, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. The secret place, again, is your mind. And within your mind, there's a subunit in your mind called your subconscious mind. And what is the secret place of the subunit, which is the subconscious mind? So there's a secret within the secret. And here's the secret. I'm going to reveal it. When you dwell, and I just told you, the word dwell means to take up residence. So when you live in the subunit of your mind, which is your subconscious thinking, in the secret place within the secret subconscious mind is this. It's the knowing, right? The secret of the mind. The place is the mind. Let me rephrase it. The place is a state of consciousness. Jesus said, I go to prepare a place. Place, esoterically in this scripture, in this text, means a state of consciousness. The secret in that state of consciousness is the knowing of your oneness with divine spirit. I'm going to say that again. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. Place is a state of consciousness. Secret is the knowing within this consciousness of your oneness with divine principle. Divine principle esoterically is the Father that Jesus speaks of. The Father and I are one. The Father and I are one. Esoterically, when you are dwelling, living, residing in the secret, which is the knowing of your oneness with divine principle, which is the Father Jesus speaks of. So when you're dwelling in a secret place, which is that state of consciousness of the Most High, the Almighty, he that dwelleth in a secret place of the Almighty shall abide. Now the word abide and dwell are very similar. They're nuanced in terms of difference, very subtle. Abide and dwelling can be used interchangeably. However, there's a distinction. Esoterically, there's a distinction, and here's the distinction. When you dwell, your dwelling is your house. Again, your dwelling can be in Brooklyn, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're there. Because you can have an address in Brooklyn, which is your residence, but you're in Manhattan because you're at work or, whatever the reasons are. You're not home. You reside in Brooklyn, but you're in Queens. You reside in Queens, but you're out in Long Island. So your place of residence is your address of locality. Doesn't mean you're there. You go and come. Here's the distinction. Abideth means to remain constantly. So you abide in your dwelling. You see how that works? You are abiding in your dwelling, meaning you are staying in your residence on a constant and in perpetuity, continuously. Abideth mean, and he said, he that abideth, it ends in ETH. The ETH gives you a continuum. There is no discrete, meaning there is no gap, there is no break. There's it's a continuous spectrum. You abideth under the shadows of the Almighty. The word shadow can be translated shade, because if the sun is out and it's 110 degrees, like we had a heat wave just this week or last week in certain states. Heat wave can cause strokes, death, whatever, all kind of illnesses. God doesn't remove the sun out of the sky if there's a heat wave, right? He doesn't say, all right, there's a heat wave, let me take the sun out of the sky. What God does is he provides us with shelter. That shelter comes in the form of a home that you might live in, trees. The trees give us shades with their leaves. So he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadows of the Almighty. Shadows, again, can be translated shade. Shade, like a tree giving you shade from the sun's rays, is considered shelter. So here we find the word shelter, which is also a refuge, protection, a place of safety. So dwelling, so abiding under the shadows of the Almighty means you are under the shade of all the Almighty. Almighty translates to all powerful, right? So when you walk in with God, this is esoteric interpretation of the Psalms 91 verse 1, right? I'm not going to go any further. I'm going to end it right there because I think that's the junction at where I should just stop right there. And if you listen to this, listen to it again and again and again, and let that really sink in, because that's some heavy stuff right there. Peace.